Coming up in Global Business. Governing AI, Chinese President Xi Jinping gives his observations on AI development in a speech to the World AI Conference in Shanghai. Stable market. China's foreign exchange market remains stable in the first half of the year, despite increased turbulence in global financial markets. And stimulating spending. China launches a nationwide effort to encourage services expenditure and domestic consumption. Welcome to Global Business here on CGTN. I'm Vivian Nunes. Chinese President Xi Jinping has attended the opening ceremony of the 2026 World AI Conference and high-level meeting on global AI governance at the Grand Halls in Shanghai and delivered a keynote address.
President Xi took a group photo with heads of state and government, heads of international organizations and heads of delegations from participating countries. Following warm applause, President Xi delivered a keynote address titled "Joining Hands to Build a Just and Equitable System for Global AI Governance." President Xi noted that today, major changes unseen in a century are accelerating across the world. The new round of technological revolution and industrial transformation is advancing at a faster pace, and the world has entered an unprecedented period of active innovation in AI technologies. All this carries within it great opportunities as well as challenges to governance. He posed 4 critical questions facing human beings: how to get along with thinking machines, how to tackle ethical challenges through adaptive governance, and how to realize AI for all when the divide keeps widening. Xi said that in China's view, all countries should take a people-centered approach and develop AI for the positive and for good, ensuring that AI is an important driver for shared prosperity and common security. He called for countries to jointly build a just and equitable system for global AI governance. To this end, President Xi shared 4 observations. First, adhere to the principle of openness and win-win and boost innovation-driven development. Xi said countries should seize this rare historic opportunity to encourage open source, openness, collaboration and sharing, and facilitate technological innovation, industrial development and scenario-based application of AI. He encouraged coordinated advances in the transformation and upgrading of traditional industries, the cultivation and growth of emerging industries, and forward-looking planning for future industries so that all sectors and businesses can benefit from AI. Second, strengthen risk awareness and ensure AI is secure and controllable. Highlighting inherent and secondary risks that AI may trigger, Xi called for building laws and regulations, technological monitoring, early warning and emergency response systems to strengthen security, prevent abuses and malicious use, and ensure that AI is always under human control. He also called for joint opposition to overstretching the national security concept in AI and placing one country's security above others. Third, encourage inclusiveness and promote mutual learning between civilizations. Xi said countries should shape AI's values with humanity's common values, make good use of AI technologies to increase understanding, tolerance, exchanges, and sharing among all civilizations, and tend to the garden of civilizations with great care to ensure that the beauty of each civilization is appreciated and shared. Fourth, advocate solidarity and improve global governance. Xi called for nations to practice true multilateralism and recognize the important role of the United Nations, enhance alignment and coordination on AI development strategies, governance rules and technical standards so as to form a wide consensus-based global governance framework at an early date, to make this frontier technology better benefit humanity. He also urged efforts to help Global South countries with capacity building to bridge the AI and digital divides, promote sustainable development, and prevent creating new historical injustices in AI. This year marks the start of China's 15th five-year plan. Xi stressed that the plan maps out China's economic and social development for the next 5 years and provides immense opportunities for the international community. Xi said China has promoted interplay between an efficient market and a well-functioning government, strengthened AI innovation, actively advanced the AI Plus initiative, and built a healthy ecosystem for all entities to thrive together. Xi said the core smart economy industries are now worth over 1 trillion yuan. Intelligent manufacturing in China has become another hallmark of Chinese modernization. Xi also noted that China places great emphasis on safety and security in AI development, continuously improving laws, regulations, policies, mechanisms, application norms, as well as ethical principles to make sure that AI is safe, secure, and controllable. Describing China as a responsible major country, Xi said China has remained committed to providing international public goods relating to AI, and contributed steadily to the global AI governance. Thanks to joint efforts, the World Artificial Intelligence Cooperation Organization has come into being in Shanghai. Xi called it a major move by China to answer the call of the Global South and unite the international community to promote AI development and governance. He said it will be an important milestone in the history of AI development. To further support global AI development and capacity building, Xi announced that in the next 5 years, China will provide developing countries with 5,000 opportunities in AI training and seminar programs, develop international AI application cooperation centers with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, the League of Arab States, the African Union, the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and BRICS, and enable 30 countries to use the AI-powered meteorological warning system, or MYT.
China is ready to be more open, take more practical actions, and assume a more visionary perspective. We are ready to work with all parties to seize the opportunities of AI development and meet the challenges, and join hands to create a brighter future for humanity.
更加美好的未来。
Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet, Thai Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul, and United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres also spoke at the opening ceremony. They expressed warm congratulations on the convening of the signing ceremony of the agreement on the establishment of the World Artificial Intelligence Cooperation Organization in Shanghai, commended China's important contributions to the global AI governance, and echoed the initiatives and steps proposed by President Xi. The participating leaders said that whilst AI could present humanity with its greatest development opportunity, it also poses potential risks. With a commitment to the principles of developing AI for good and for all, inclusiveness, safety and security, and controllability, China has actively helped developing countries enhance capacity building and advanced international cooperation on AI, demonstrating the responsibility of a major country. AI technologies should be shared and governed by all countries so that they can benefit all countries on an equitable basis, serve the sustainable development of all humanity, and bridge both the global AI and digital divides and the North-South gap. The opportunities and challenges brought by AI know no borders, and they should be seized and addressed by all parties together. It is hoped and believed that the World Artificial Intelligence Cooperation Organization will play an important role to this end and foster open, inclusive, equal-footed and mutually beneficial cooperation to create a secure, prosperous, and beautiful future that leaves no country behind. During the conference, the chair's statement of the 2026 World Artificial Intelligence Conference and high-level meeting on global AI governance was issued. On Thursday evening, President Xi Jinping and his wife Peng Liyuan held a welcome banquet at the Grand Halls for the international dignitaries attending the conference.
CGTN's He Jingyi spoke with industry leaders to hear their reactions to President Xi's remarks and what they mean for the future of AI innovation.
China is a huge country with really growing economy, and how we can see the exhibition very developing AI infrastructure. So hopefully we can see, I think it's good collaboration because we can learn from each other. From Kazakhstan, I know our president meet the big tech companies with China big companies, and we have a lot of collaboration with Chinese companies, and it's going to be huge development for our economy and for our big tech companies, and we will see how it's going to go through for that, and hopefully we will see the bright future in this Asia region.
President Xi's speech at the World Artificial Intelligence Conference today was truly inspiring. It has given us even greater confidence to continue investing in our self-developed video foundation models and world models. We will stay committed to our independent R&D strategy, striving to create globally competitive technologies and products that serve the global market. At the same time, we believe AI developers have a responsibility to ensure AI is developed responsibly, so that technology can be a force for good and our models can ultimately benefit people around the world.
An action plan on international AI ethics governance has been released at the 2026 World AI Conference and high-level meeting on global AI governance in Shanghai. Formulated under the UN's Pact for the Future and the Global Digital Compact, the plan calls on countries to take action in areas including ethical governance throughout the AI lifecycle, categorised risk control, agile governance, collaborative ecosystem across industrial chains, and a favourable social environment. China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology said it will work with international organisations to deepen multilateral cooperation and promote dialogue among governments, industry and academia. The plan will foster a sound governance ecosystem and make governance capacity building more inclusive and accessible, focusing on developing countries. My colleague Tian Wei spoke to UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres in Shanghai. He called for global involvement in AI governance, stressing that artificial intelligence cannot be limited to a club of rich countries.
Many see artificial intelligence extremely crucial. What do you think is the role of the UN in AI governance, and what are the priorities?
Well, our main concern is to have a universal platform where everybody can be involved in the governance of AI. AI cannot be a club of a group of rich countries or a group of very powerful companies. AI is linked to the life of all of us. And China has been very supportive of that initiative. First of all, to create an independent scientific panel on AI that will be reporting in total independence, 40 people from north and south, where we agree on some guardrails that need to be respected. And by the way, this is very much in line with what President Xi Jinping did when he proposed a global AI governance initiative,
right,
and hoping to create a group of countries that will play an important role,
right,
in making sure that AI is for everybody.
For more from Shanghai's World AI Conference, our reporter Wang Tianyu went down to the exhibition floor to see it firsthand. Let's take a look.
This is one of the busiest booths at WAIC this year. 4 robot arms plus 2 humanoids building the Great Wall together.
This is a demonstration of cooperating robots. Well, for manufacturing, this is a standard model of pipelining. That some robot do one thing and the other robot do other thing, and they cooperate.
Look at the brick. It's just the size of a Lego brick.
Precision is the core part. So in assembly, we have to put the bricks at millimeter or even sub-millimeter precision in order for the bricks to lock into each other. So that requires a great deal of precision, reliability, and intelligence to make the alignment work.
This year's WAIC is basically about two things, the humanoids and AI agents. And these two are all based on the capabilities of the computing power, which is behind these little black boxes.
The key innovation is our completely cable-free design. It's more reliable and simpler to maintain, plus it cuts down data delay and signal loss.
Over 1,100 companies have gathered here in Shanghai at this 4-day event, and they come here to exhibit more than 3,000 cutting-edge products. And the message behind it is clear. This isn't about who has the biggest AI model. It's about which AI can actually get to work. Wang Tianyu, CGTN, Shanghai.
And China's artificial intelligence industry has achieved significant growth. In 2025, the core AI industry scale surpassed 1.2 trillion yuan, or $177 billion US, with over 6,200 enterprises. In the first half of 2026, AI-related integrated circuit manufacturing and smart vehicle equipment manufacturing both grew over 30% year-on-year. On the technology front, China holds 60% of global AI patents, and AI penetration in key industries has exceeded 80%. In commercial AI adoption, generative AI users reached 602 million by the end of 2025. Among large-scale industrial enterprises, it surpassed 30%. Coming up next on Global Business. Stable market. China's foreign exchange market remained stable in the first half of the year, despite increased turbulence in global financial markets.
A vast land of 1.4 billion people. The world's second largest economy. Home to stories of the unexpected, the unimaginable, the breathtaking. Stories that touch the soul. Feel the speed, the passion. Enjoy spectacular natural and cultural landscapes. Feel the thrill of cutting-edge innovations. Discovering China. Global Biz. China Travel. We present to China never seen before. 24/7 at your fingertips.
China's foreign exchange market held steady in the first half of the year, weathering increased turbulence in global financial markets. The yuan accounted for nearly 53% of cross-border payments, up 1.3 percentage points from 2025. The country's foreign exchange regulator said that's a sign of growing vibrancy in cross-border trade and investment. Meanwhile, trading volume in the foreign exchange market posted solid growth. The onshore RMB market rose 5% year-on-year, beating the 2025 growth rate by 1.5 percentage points. On the reserves front, China's foreign exchange holdings continued their steady climb, increasing by $58.4 billion from the end of last year. Foreign investment flowing into China is moving more toward high-quality industries. In the first half of the year, investment in high-tech services and manufacturing jumped over 60% from a year ago. These sectors now account for 36% of all foreign equity investment, up 11 percentage points on a yearly basis. Meanwhile, China's foreign exchange regulator says this trend should hold thanks to the country's tech progress and continued opening up. The yuan's relative steadiness also offers global investors a handy option for spreading risk, especially with world markets in flux. The State Administration of Foreign Exchange on Friday said it's planning to expand the quotas under its Qualified Domestic Institutional Investor program, which lets domestic investors put money into overseas assets. It's part of Beijing's broader effort to open up its financial system.
We're speeding up preparations for the next batch of QD quotas, which we hope to roll out soon. This is to better serve the legitimate cross-border investment needs of domestic residents. We'll also give more support to institutions with strong investment management capabilities and well-recognized products so that they can play a more effective role in QD operations. And also, we plan to direct more of the new quotas toward mutual funds so that more ordinary investors can benefit from the QD scheme.
China has launched a nationwide campaign to boost spending on services and support the country's broader consumption recovery. It's called the August 8th Services Consumption Festival, and the initiative comes just days after the State Council approved China's first ever 5-year action plan dedicated to expanding consumption. The plan targets annual retail sales of around 60 trillion yuan or $8.4 trillion by 2030. And making higher quality service consumption is a top priority. Li Shuang has the story.
The campaign themed Quality Services, Better Lives will run through the summer and into the traditional peak consumption season in the autumn.
In the first half of 2026, service retail sales rose 5.3% year-on-year, outpacing goods retail sales growth by 4.2 percentage points. Launching the Service Consumption Festival through a market-oriented approach is an innovative initiative designed to align the evolving strengths of digital platforms with the growing demand for service consumption under the new economic landscape.
Major digital platforms will launch promotions across sectors such as dining, travel, housekeeping, transportation, cultural performances, healthcare, and inbound tourism. This targets broad consumers and spending needs.
We are rolling out a range of promotions on accommodation, attractions, and transportation, with dedicated subsidies totaling around $17 million, primarily targeting family travelers. On our overseas platforms, we will also offer discounts, including travel subsidies for long-haul family visitors from Europe and North America, as well as promotions on day trip products for the ROK market.
Our business data shows growing demand for services that support both seniors and children. That's why we're stepping up investment in these areas during the festival. We'll hold skills competitions for domestic service workers to raise service standards, while also offering discount vouchers for everyday housekeeping services.
We plan to further improve payment convenience for international visitors by reducing overseas bank card transaction fees and expanding connections with foreign digital wallets.
Officials say the campaign is designed to do more than stimulate summer spending. They also want to cultivate new consumption models. These models include digital, AI, green, inbound consumption, as China seeks to make service spending a stronger engine of economic growth. Li Shuang, CGTN, Beijing.
Moving on to some other headlines from China now. China's civil aviation industry maintained steady and safe development in the first half of 2026, with total transport turnover rising 6.4% year-on-year to over 83 billion tonne-kilometres. Passenger traffic reached 380 million, up 1%, while cargo and mail volumes surpassed 5 million tonnes, growing by 6% compared with the same period last year. China has urged the United States to withdraw its new visa regulations targeting foreign students, exchange visitors and journalists, which Beijing condemned as discriminatory. The rules shorten the permitted stay for Chinese journalists to 90 days, and China has reserved the right to take reciprocal countermeasures. And strong opposition was voiced by China on Friday to the UK government's decision to fully nationalise British steel after Chinese firm Jingye lost control of the steelmaker due to government intervention. Beijing called on the UK to abide by international rules and ensure fair treatment for Chinese invested enterprises. China and Norway are looking to strengthen cooperation in green shipping. During the Chinese foreign minister's visit to Oslo, the two countries agreed to expand collaboration from building greener ships to developing new ideas for the future of the maritime industry. Johannes Pleshberger has this report.
Every year, more Norwegian vessels roll out of Chinese shipyards, many of them powered by electric batteries or ammonia fuel. It is a partnership expected to deepen in the years ahead, as Norway's Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre told CGTN.
Many of the ships now in the world are being built in China, but a lot of the technology inside those ships come from Norway, and that's a good thing.
During his visit to Oslo, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi said both countries should continue strengthening cooperation in green shipping, a goal his Norwegian counterpart Espen Barth Eide strongly supports.
We must build cooperation with China wherever it is possible and in areas where we work well together, and that includes everything to do with the climate.
In the past years, China and Norway have strengthened cooperation across the maritime sector, with Chinese shipyards building Norwegian car carriers, electric container ships and wellboats, with many of them delivered to here in the Oslo area, where the message is clear that both sides will continue working together, trying to build a smarter, greener and more modern maritime industry. In Oslo, that cooperation is already visible. Electric ferries here swap their batteries every time they dock, using a system inspired by China's EV maker NIO. But the conversations happening alongside these projects go much further, with both sides looking beyond shipping to broader cooperation on the future of the oceans.
We had interesting discussions with China about how we can build on what is known as the Biodiversity Agreement, in which China played a key role, and to which I also contributed. In this respect, China is much closer to our views than the US. China takes the climate crisis much more seriously than the US, which treats it as an abstract concept.
Beyond the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, which aims to halt and reverse biodiversity loss by 2030, China and Norway are also deepening cooperation on sustainable ocean management, following a memorandum of understanding signed last year. While the maritime industry continues to put pressure on marine ecosystems, efforts to protect ocean biodiversity are taking on greater urgency as global climate policies evolve. Johannes Bleschberger, CGTN, Oslo.
And that wraps up this edition of Global Business. I'm Vivian Nunes in Beijing. Thanks for your company.